Hey, welcome back to our very first episode, version 3, because we keep having to redo this. Let's try this again. We can just keep saying this over and over again. All right, welcome back to our very first podcast episode.
Cool.
Hurry up and wait with me and Josh.
I'm Josh.
I'm James, and this is Josh coming at you for the first time, version 3, because we've had to record
At
this
least
at
twice.
least
Yeah.
2 other times.
We're,
That
we're
would
getting
make
good at it, though.
2 plus 1 equals 3. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let us know how we're doing. So, yeah, this is, a kind of a long time coming, about a year in the making. We've been talking about this, doing it over, and it's finally here. And I wanted to do, like, an intro episode before we start bringing in other guests. Let's get to know each other, share about, like, our vision, the heart behind what we're trying to do. I know you and I have different approaches, which is great because then you're going to get different angles and different passions between the two of us, and I think that's a good thing to have. So I'll kick it over to you, Josh, and if you want to just share just how this transpired, what your vision is, and what you're trying to
Perfect.
accomplish.
So, yeah, I'd say this all started a couple years ago, working my way through the VA system and getting out of the military and really realizing that there was a disconnect when you get out of military service to going back into civilian life. There's really not any bridge there or anything. They just throw you to the wolves and say thanks for your time, have a good life. So it's all originated back in, I don't know, maybe 2017-ish time, 18. Fast forward a couple years, we lost a good buddy of ours, and it really got me thinking again, and James as well, that we need to make sure that we are following up with each other and keeping open communication with everybody and helping out where we can. And we both felt that we have the voice and the platform now to reach out and be that bridge for people that may need it, whether that be with the VA, as we've both had our experience with, or life in general, whatever that may be. We just want to make sure that we're doing our part to help everybody and provide an ear if you need it, a shoulder to cry on, and just somewhere to talk in, like a safe space area to maybe combine or to talk with other people that are going through the same thing, or maybe you'll find somebody else is going through the same thing, and just different avenues to make sure that we're all checking in with each other and keeping each other accountable.
Yeah, practically, what does that look like
So what
in your
we're
mind?
planning here is we have it. There's two different approaches here. James has been doing a golf episode, which has been really awesome. It's been really well received. Basically, he's been having former or present military service members on from all branches, not just the Army. And basically, they get to tell their story and how they became and what shaped them to be who they are now and different experiences that they've gone through, all while playing golf. It's been very awesome to watch. Like I said, it's been well received. This side of it, the more sit down podcast side of it, we're hoping to bring on individuals that will talk about topics like the VA. And then outside of that, maybe some personal, harder to talk about subjects as well, whether that be drugs, addictions of any kind, marital issues, homelessness, whatever that may be. We're going to have some people come on that will have available, that if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, or if you want to hear how somebody else maybe made it through a similar situation, or just need something to listen to that resonates with you, we're hoping to be that bridge. Sounds your phones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
And it's
Cool.
going to be raw. This is going to we're going to be serious. We're going to be serious.
It's gonna
There
be
will be
raw.
times
We're
where we're going
not.
to have to be serious, but we're going to try and keep it light
Yeah,
too. And we don't want to make it.
yeah.
Sorry, I keep cutting you
I
off.
think.
We don't want to make it so that it's just strictly military either.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, if you're somebody that has been maybe even associated with somebody in the military or have no relation at all to the military, that you might find some benefit to this as well.
Yeah. And we're gonna try to. We're not gonna be too edgy in our. I know, like, we're talking about the VA. We're talking about probably some disappointments, maybe some headaches and some road bumps, but we're not trying to approach this as burn it all down kind of edginess. If you look at me, I'm
Same.
more round than edgy. Yeah. But we do want to provide here's some tips on how to navigate it and what to look for, because I know I've made my mistakes just because I wasn't educated. in the system. And if we can pass on our successes, our failures, so that other people, when trying to navigate, can avoid what we've done, I think it's going
Yeah,
to be
and
super
I don't want
beneficial.
it to come across either that this is going to come from any kind of political stance or we're going to favor one way or the other. This is going to be hopefully something based completely on personal experiences, life experiences, and just a community of individuals that come together, if for nothing else than just to listen to each other. Sometimes that's all we need is just somebody to talk to or
Yeah.
just feel like you're being heard. And I think that's hopefully what we're going to accomplish here and be that bridge between maybe somebody that kind of feels alone versus somebody that has a similar situation to talk with too.
Yeah. Yep. And I know that it's very easy for us, at least it's easy for myself, to get into a what would be considered an isolated, start isolating myself from people and communities, and I've seen it where veterans tend to do that because we've been trained to be self-sufficient, and sometimes it's we are often misunderstood. So it's easier, instead of the conflict that community can sometimes create, it might be easier for us to think that isolation is the
Yeah,
solution, but
it's a curse and a
it's
blessing.
not. Community,
So
yeah, it really is. And then when you're able to get into a community with the like-minded people that are trying to sharpen you, it's going to really bring you out of whatever situation. Not It's going to help you navigate those situations, those maybe some darker moments, or when you have people cheering you on, encouraging you, and building you up, is it's certainly going to be to your benefit
right.
rather
And we
than just
definitely want to
trying to do
celebrate
it all
wins
on
here
your own.
too. Whatever that looks like, whatever that means.
Yeah,
We're gonna hope to have obviously we'll do the sit down podcast like this. We'll have some guests come on, different talk about different topics and different situations and things like that. Hopefully we're gonna have it broken down too, where if you can't sit down and watch the whole thing, we'll have it parted out so you can hit on the parts that you want.
yeah,
I'm also considering doing a like a reference page to each episode. So if there's some information given out or if there's anything you need or want to contact from that particular episode, there'll be a place for that too. Really just trying to bring back
yeah,
to that camaraderie that I think we all once you get out miss. And for whatever reason, I don't think enough people talk about it. But I don't miss necessarily the military. I miss the people and that brotherhood and that camaraderie you share and have with those individuals. And hopefully we can capture some of that again in a bottle here
yeah.
and share that with everybody.
Yeah, and I guess that being said, this being our first episode, if you want to join us and just have conversations and just chit chat, or I think like part of this, for me, I'm more on the storytelling, right? I want to hear about your military experience. I want to hear about, it's not for my, what I'm focused on isn't necessarily information sharing all the time, but learning through other people's stories. That's so like I'm always interested in talking to people. I
Yeah,
want to
and
hear
hopefully we'll
about
be
their
able to have
stories.
some roundtables too.
And you're more like,
Like I think you were going to hit on, if anybody wants to get a
yeah,
hold of us and sit down and
it,
talk with us,
yeah,
will be great. That'd be great.
that's
This is going to be a show driven by kind of the reception and the information that
yeah,
we
one
get from pretty much everybody that's watching this. We can only
that's
drive it
right.
so much, just the two of us. So the more input and the more feed we get from everybody else, that helps everything and everybody, it helps the cause too.
Yeah. And I think just for one thing that I've noticed, oh man, it's been, I think it started at my 15-year, maybe before that. I've been doing some reunions on my first deployment for quite some time now, and we meet up every year. And we just recently started doing this in the last 5 years for our Buka deployment. But I found that like just getting together and just talking about everything
Just life. Yeah.
is it's so much fun. Just hearing it's just in yeah, and just hearing about their perspective of what they went through, hearing those stories retold to you, even though you're approaching it at a different perspective, it's just usually a lot of fun
And I've
to
noticed too, I
just
think that's the
to
beauty
be
of the
around
National
that.
Guard. You get so many different walks of life that come together. It's not
Yeah,
like active duty where you go to your home unit, you're there and you're with everybody that does the same job 365, and that's what you guys do. On the Guard, you meet up 1 week in a month, and you might have somebody
right.
that's a plumber, you might have somebody that's an electrician, you might have somebody that manages a business, different walks of life. So then, yeah, like you were saying, when you get together later on and share those experiences, it's nice to see how everybody's life has turned out. Did we freeze again?
And it says internet connection is good. So I'm gonna monitor that, see if it's on me.
Yeah,
But
mine says also good. It says up 100% uploaded.
yep, same. So all right, well we'll see if it
Keep on
happens
keeping
again
on.
here. Now that we're watching it, we're probably not gonna have any problems.
Yeah, we won't have any. There will be no issues.
Yeah. So yeah, so before we were interrupted, we were talking about the reunions and how good it's been to do those and talk like it's nice being National Guard because we come from different walks of life. So it's just talking with people. It's been
Right.
quite refreshing. Do you have anything you wanted to add to
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I agree. I think I said before, it's the difference with the military, with the National Guard versus active duty is, you get different walks of life, and when you meet up later on, and you can share those life experiences, and it gives you kind of a different perspective on the everyday life.
Yeah, I can't imagine going through, let's say, active duty and everybody just so spread out, right? And then you go home and you just have no community to reconnect with. Like the people we
Right.
deployed with, we actually see around town. You can run into them, and
Right.
so I feel like it'd
You
be
meet up for lunch or
yeah, for sure. Like when we first got back when we were in our 20s, like
yeah,
you
long
guys
time
are,
ago.
basically living together, and
Yeah.
we all made our civilian transition mostly together. Um, and so, yeah, I think that's a different, like active duty people. I'm guessing, just don't know. I don't know like the reach and how, it's nice to,
It'd be interesting to have somebody that was on active duty
yeah.
come on and talk and kind of see what that transition was like and how it differed from what we experienced. Because I'm
Hmm.
sure it was different, and maybe there's things there that we don't even know about. Maybe they have a better offboarding process or
Hmm.
what have you. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's anybody out there that did come off of active duty or spent their career on active duty and what that transition back to civilian was like.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, I know we don't, unless you want to get into details, we can. Otherwise, probably could wrap this first episode up.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, we got our first guest lined up, so we're gonna
yeah,
have that
let's talk about that.
recorded and hopefully up soon. And it's gonna be, I think, a good first episode to kind of jumpstart everything here. She's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
She knows a lot. She also has her own nonprofit,
Purple
and
Heart
she's Purple Heart
recipient. Yeah.
recipient
Yep.
and Miss Kansas. So we
And
got
PhD.
one out of a million here, and a PhD. She's a doctor. That's true,
She is like
doctor. So
the American soldier.
that's right. She's everything of us combined, and then still some more.
Yeah.
So quite a bit more actually. So I'm really excited to have her on. I think it's going to be great, and hopefully the doors that it opens also will be beneficial for not only us but everybody involved. So
Yeah, for sure.
more to come there.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
So one last little shout out. If you ever want to come on, chit chat, share your experience, man, get a hold of us.
yeah,
We'd love
we're
to.
looking to get on all the socials as we can. I think we're going to start with Facebook and YouTube, but obviously we'll have, as time goes on, more connections. But if you feel like you need to reach out to either one of us individually or about anything, feel free at any
Yeah.
time. I think I speak for both of us, and we're both available whenever you need us. So
Yeah. Exactly. 2026 is going to be fun, by the way.
it's
For
gonna
the
be a good
the
year.
golf season is going to be excellent. I've got
Yeah,
some really really cool opportunities coming up, so I can't wait to share about that too. Even if you're not a golfer, there's some. I'm putting a plug in for the golf side.
yeah, absolutely.
The way that we do the interviews, you don't have to be a golfer to have a good time. Just because we play in a scramble, so we're on the same team and we're all hitting the best shots. So even if you're not a golfer, it's still a good time. There's opportunities through the VA to do some golf training if you are a golfer or not a golfer and you want to check it out. Uh, So, but yeah, it's always just getting out on the golf course. and talking about your military experience, and then swinging the club. It's a good time. So
And with people that understand your military experience. It's
yeah,
one thing to sit in a room where people don't really know what you're talking about, but it's a whole other thing when you're sitting around people that actually understand and comprehend what
yeah,
all
I
your
think
terms and acronyms mean.
exactly, and I think that like for me, something that I noticed back from my first tour was that this is back in 2005, so everything's like still super
And you're
fresh.
old.
I'm so old, and but I look great, right?
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I just noticed that there's a lot of people that just didn't know what to say. They couldn't they couldn't comprehend what you went through, and so they said nothing at all, unintentionally causing isolation. And and I don't think people really intended to, but that's just kind of what happens. And so it's nice being around people who get you maybe at least 60%, a
right,
minimum
right. And you don't have to have
60%.
your filter on, right? You
Yeah,
can
you
you
don't
can
have to
turn your
have your
filter
filter
off
on.
and
You just be you, be raw, be real, and it's just a good time. It ends up being a really great time. I know when I'm at the VA doing counseling stuff, I leave and I'm just like just completely drained, emotionally just drained. And I feel like doing it this way, talking about your experience, and then while we're golfing, it seems like it's just a much better way to release things that maybe we've been holding in for 15 years.
right. And they always say even a bad day of golf is better than a good day at work, right? So
It's true.
I mean,
That's true. So
yeah. Hopefully we can get some people out there and
yeah, I've got a tournament planned. This is America's 250th birthday, so maybe some different little things. Don't want to get too far into it,
and
but
if anybody has any golf course connections, we're not afraid to give anybody some plugs and do what we
yeah,
can on our side too.
yeah,
So
it's been a lot of fun. We're connected with Double J right now and the Treetops, and if and I'm happy to keep adding more golf courses. One thing we like to do is the golf course pros versus GI Joes. So we'll take on your golf course pro staff or your pro team, see if we can beat you guys.
that's always fun.
Yeah. So far we're 1-0, and we're gonna run it back, but that video is still yet to be released.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so a lot to come here, both on both avenues here.
yeah.
So the anticipation has been hopefully worth it, and hopefully we'll provide some good information here.
Yeah.
And
Like,
yeah,
subscribe, comment. That's what we have to say, right?
I think hit the bell is another thing.
There's like a
Interesting, right? Hit
bell
the
to get
hit the bell.
notification.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
like seriously, stay engaged. Like if you stay connected, stay engaged. We're bound to talk about something that you want to hear. So we'll
Right.
see.
And the more people talk about this, the more it gets in the algorithm, right? Is that
Yeah,
how that works?
yeah. Share it with your
So,
friends. Share it. We're just trying to do something different. So
right.
different, but not like
Cool.
yeah. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see you guys.
What's our sign off going to be? We got to say like,
Um, do we have a sign off?
Hooah. I don't
I
know yet.
I have a I know that I have a catchphrase of "Let's go."
There we go.
I
Yeah.
say that all the
Yeah.
time, but I don't know. We'll see you
Cool. Well,
guys
we'll come
next
up with
time.
something. I don't know.
All right.